Today is Friday, the 21st of February 2020, and we have in the studio someone we have invited to clear our doubts about the disturbing coronavirus that is spreading widely across the world, killing many people and leaving some critically ill in hospitals. There is a lot of information in the air about this deadly coronavirus, some of which is false, though some is correct. Many people are confused what to believe or who to believe right now. And this is causing a lot of panic in people, and of Gaza 8990 class are not left out. Today we have invited to clear our doubts. He is none other than Mr. Ernest Kumba, who has been invited. Ernest, apart from being the chief editor of Gaza 8990 Media News, is also a doctor of pharmacy student who is currently working with Christian Pharmacy Fellowship International in the USA. He is very passionate with his profession. Ernest, we are glad to have you in the studio. Good morning, Ernest.
Yes, good morning, Gidet.
You're welcome to Gaza Media Studio.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Okay, tell us, what is coronavirus and where does it originate from?
Yes, the coronavirus, from the information we're getting, it originated from the city of Wuhan in China. This is a virus that belongs to the same family as influenza virus, the H5N1 strain. That is more or less like a flu or influenza virus, like I said. The strain that we believe that was in animal cells, for some reason, is being transferred to human cells and replicating. Then we are seeing some very serious adverse effect of death in human.
Wow. Yes, Ernest, we would like to also know the signs and symptoms of this disease. How can we know whether somebody is already infected or not?
Yes, yes, because of the nature of this virus, the signs and symptoms are not very different from the influenza virus. So if somebody is infected, you will normally see signs like common cold, coughing, light fever, then weakness and fatigue, which may last from 7 to 14 days.
Okay. Wow. That's serious. What are the risk factors involved?
Yes, because coronavirus is a disease of the respiratory system around the lungs. Any person who has a compromised immune system due to some chronic illness like cancer, HIV, are people that are being at risk. That not saying withstanding that every person who is exposed to is also at risk, but this special population, people with cancer, HIV, then anyone with chronic respiratory infection like tuberculosis, asthma, cystic fibrosis, and COPD, which is chronic pulmonary obstruction disease. So if your lungs has already been compromised, it means you have a weak immune system. So the rate for you to contact this disease also becomes so high.
Wow, that is serious. So how is this virus spread? How can it be transmitted from one person to another?
Yes, thank you for that question. I think it's important for our people, for our listener, to know that the virus is spread by droplets. That means if you sneeze, if you cough, you will easily spread the virus to somebody, to the air. And if those droplet touches another surface and somebody else come in contact with that surface, the person can also be contaminated. So it's advisable that when people cough, they should cough into their armpit, or they should wash their hand immediately after coughing in order not to self-contaminate them. In order not to self-contaminate them, self-contamination. That means you cough into your hand, then you touch your faces, you contaminate yourself more, then your rate of replication increases.
So, what can someone do if he's already infected?
Yes, if you are already infected, the best thing to do is to isolate yourself so that you doesn't get in contact with other people or people that are not infected. You can just stay indoor, drink a little bit more of water, try to clean your environment, disinfect the surfaces around your house, like the kitchen table, the dining table, the bathroom, with disinfectant. I think you drink more water. I think that's the best you can do at that time, because the whole idea for you to be isolated is that you shouldn't be exposed again to other secondary infection or to other bacteria or viruses, because your immune system will be fighting two different antigen or two different infections at the same time. So all you want to do is concentrate your immune system to the coronavirus at that time, so that your immune system can actually take care of the problem.
Okay, Ernest, let me be more inquisitive. Staying at home, is it not more risky to someone who is infected not to rush immediately to the hospital? Staying at home, is it not dangerous for the person's health?
Yes, normally if you have hospitals that are already well equipped, it would be a good idea for you to do that, so that the nurses or the doctor that are well trained for this kind of communicable disease may be able to isolate you in special unit rooms that are built with negative air pressure, such that the air is sucked into the room, purified, then sent out through the chimney on the roof. So I'm not sure if we have many of those hospitals in Cameroon. Yeah, but that would be something to do, because currently there's actually no treatment at all.
Now, that was going to be my next question. I was about asking you that what is the possible treatment for this disease?
Yeah, yes. Actually, as of now, there's no treatment. But yeah, apart from some information that we are getting, that the CDC Laboratory Center for Disease Prevention, Center for Disease Control and Prevention are doing some research to actually study the nature of this virus, the life cycle, so that anti-agent could be developed to disrupt the virus life cycle. But as of now, we haven't had any treatment as such. But if you have a fever, you can always take your Tylenol, acetaminophen, or paracetamol, as they call it in other countries. I believe in Cameroon they call it paracetamol. In other countries, yes, like in the US they call it acetaminophen or Tylenol. So if you have a fever, you can take that. But taking Tylenol or taking paracetamol is not the treatment for the coronavirus. Yes.
Ernest, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, sorry for that mix-up. That was poor connection. So I was finding out whether a vaccine can do to prevent people from contracting the disease.
Yes, right now there's no vaccine. No vaccine has been developed, or no vaccine is currently in the market. But if we were to have the vaccine, a vaccine will not actually treat the disease. What the vaccine does is a vaccine gives you a strong immune system, a build memory cells that will recognize the infection, so that when you are suspectly attacked, you will develop, your immune system will be able to fight for the disease. For example, those that have contacted this virus and survive, they have developed now an immune system against the virus. If next time the virus doesn't change in its strength, then if it comes and attack the person again, the person will be able to fight against that virus. And that's how vaccines works.
Okay. So, tell me, Ernest, some people have posted a picture of doxycycline 100 milligram on social media, telling people that it can help to prevent people from contracting coronavirus. What do you think about this?
No, like I said earlier, there's no vaccine as of now. First of all, doxycycline is an antimicrobial agent which is indicated for microbial or bacterial infection and no virus. People really need to know that antibiotics does not work for viruses. Even those antibiotics would only work for specific bacteria. So people really need to be aware of certain things. It's always good to ask your healthcare provider or somebody who is versed in the field before you jump into the market or buying certain agents and begin to drink. Because that's yes, okay, yeah. I want to also add that even the doxycycline that you're talking about that was posted in the market or in the social media, it's not even recommended for children less than 8 years of age. So there's just a lot of information of doxycycline, and when you take doxycycline, even when you are taking doxycycline for bacteria, for some bacterial infection, it's not good to go under the sun because it has a reaction, it has a skin reaction with the sun. Yeah, so it's always good to contact somebody who knows about medication before you go ahead and begin to take them.
Wow, thank you so much for clearing our doubts on that, because this information really created a kind of confusion in people, because so many were already going in for it, not knowing that maybe it is a trick of drug dealers to sell their drugs. So I'm sure that our listeners will not fall prey to that kind of cheap information. Yes, let's continue. What about the people eating garlic and ginger as a means of prevention? Do you think that it can work?
I'm not so sure about the garlic or the ginger. Those are generally herbal or herbs and other vitamins would boost the immune system. Probiotic, fortified milk, dairy product, green vegetables, or any other food product that contain antioxidants would detoxify the system. A strong immune system is always better than a weak one. So anything that you can do to boost your immune system is generally recommended. One of the reasons, like I said, for isolating people is to make sure that your immune system remains strong, and it should only focus on the current disease that is at stake, so that it doesn't have divided attention. So if people eat garlic to stimulate the immune system or anything to build the immune system, we highly recommend it. Balanced diet is good, so that you are healthy, you are stronger, so that any bacteria that is coming in, you are able to, or virus, your immune system is able to attack it naturally. It's like if you feed an army where they will be able to fight a better war, but if they go with an empty stomach, hungry, yes, they won't be able to do a perfect job.
Exactly. With all what you have explained there, Ernest, I think it is quite beneficial to all of us. And I would think that sometime in the future we should schedule a discussion to sensitize people on drugs and their use. I think they really need to know about it.
Yes, it would be my pleasure.
Back to coronavirus.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, I was just saying it would be my pleasure to do that. Actually, I have a talk. I don't know exactly when. That will focus on a reason why people should take their medication as directed. So anytime I have an opportunity, I'll be happy to present that short paper.
Okay, fine. Coming back to coronavirus, do you think people should be too worried about this?
I would really say for now it has not reached Cameroon, and it might not. It might not. But at the same time, people should be prepared. People should be educated for their mode of transmission or the way this thing can be prevented. And if someone is infected, what they should do. I think information, the right information, is very important for our people to get ready as of now. But personally, I want to think that those at home should also be more concerned with the type of water they are drinking, especially those living around water that drink water from the well. The outbreak of cholera that we hear from time to time, and most often, are very serious health threat, even than this virus that we haven't seen yet in our community. But there are many health issues that we can also be addressing as well, like this waterborne disease. Because if you know the mode on which a disease is being transmitted, you can better prevent it. We know the coronavirus is a kind of airborne disease and with contact, so we try to stay away if somebody is infected so that you don't get contact with that person. If cholera is a waterborne disease, we know the source of the water. People can always boil their water to 100 degrees Celsius for about 10 minutes. Then allow it to cool, then before they can drink it. That way, they can begin to prevent the cholera outbreak that we hear from time to time.
Okay, thank you so much. With what you have explained now, I think we can hold on to that. You have said we should be on guard. We that we are in Cameroon, we are really on guard, and we are praying seriously that it should not even come. We have enough problems to take care. So coronavirus will just come and worsen the whole thing. So we are doing everything possible, putting ourselves together, praying to God that it should not even come to kill more people. Many people have already been killed before because of the crisis. Okay, before I let you go, Ernest, one last word to our listener.
Yes. Thank you again for that opportunity. I'm glad that we had a conversation on this topic, and I really wish people will listen. People will get the right information. One last thing for me, I want to say to fight most disease outbreak is to actually identify where you can actually break the chain of the life cycle of most of these virus or bacteria. And the best way to do so is to disinfect the area or the surfaces and wash your hand regularly. I think Mary Lequet wrote a paper about hand washing that was published on Gaza EU's the 6th edition. I would encourage people to go back and read again. She gave some very useful proper tips for hand washing. Like I've earlier explained that if you want to disrupt any bacteria, any virus, what you do is you disrupt the life cycle by washing your hand constantly. You are preventing that disease from going from one place to another. If they were in your hand, they are washed away, or you disinfect them with some disinfectant like iso alcohol, which is about 90 or 99%. It can kill most of those bacteria. Take for example Taenia sodium, which is a pork tapeworm that is found in pork meat. If you boil that meat so well, you kill the tapeworm, so somebody will not be contaminated, because the life cycle of that worm has to pass from an animal to human host, maybe cow or a pig to a human. So before eating the meat, if you cook it well done at a very high temperature for a certain amount of time, you will kill the larval stage of that worm, so you won't be able to transmit. So when we're encouraging people to wash their hands, yeah, we want them to really wash their hands properly so that they can prevent the spread of this disease to one place. Not that they will kill it, but they will prevent it from spreading around.
Wow, that's good. So thank you, Ernest, for your time and your inside knowledge about this emerging disease. Dear listeners, that was Kumba Ernest, who is a doctor of pharmacy student who is currently working with Christian Pharmacy Fellowship International in the USA. We thank you very much for coming to share this information with us, to give us an inside knowledge about this coronavirus. So we know that this disease is killing so many people. That is why everybody today happens to be the International Day of the Month. I will just try to say I will try to explain what we have been talking about in our mother tongue, in the Bangla language, to explain so in this time, even though I didn't mal level, it's an center them grab the 2 so as an ambition, some of you very well of how that from Melly was any one then I let so boom, maso. Oh, try one do or some boom, ungo pan front, umbomo, ungo libum, and some boom over the land, the humble moon on fenster in the house, because along moon on fenster. Maybe James and Mimo, and Sugar, or Anibo, or Amigo, along 1 year ago. So I won't the Arab and music, yes, only. Uncle, any more, I won't the Ali boom, yes, apart, but if I usually there's a different party in so I met someone I said, into your one bank. Thank you so much, dear listeners. That was the little tip that we had. That was about coronavirus. Thank you for staying tuned, and we hope to meet you again in the next, in the subsequent newscast. Have a blessed day. That was Gillette talking to you from Douala.